Hi everybody, I wanted to record a special little Christmas burble for you. There's loads of us get really stressed around Christmas, and I just thought I'd share with you our top 5 family fails for when we've got it spectacularly wrong, things that you can avoid and what to do about it. So without further ado, we shall start with number 5. Too many Christmas presents all at once. Now, many of you might have had this experience when you got tinies. In our case, we had tiny child sat in front of the Christmas tree, and there were piles of presents because they're so loved, which is wonderful. But everything was there, and they started opening presents. It was lovely, and then they put present on one side, and then they ripped open another one, put present on one side. And then this process got faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until all of a sudden there were shreds of paper everywhere, and a small child in floods of tears in the middle of the floor had opened everybody's presents, not just theirs, everybody's. So we had to quietly calm it down and slowly remove small child out and give them some quiet calming down time. But we also needed quiet calming down time, as is often the case, and we looked around this devastation, which included our stuff as well, and thought, well, what should we have done differently? So then we stopped the process, because it wasn't all of the presents that had been opened at that point. We said, stop, enough. And then we started again quietly the following day with a couple of presents on the table on Boxing Day, and that was fine. You don't have to have all your presents all at once, so don't. It's perfectly okay. Remember, your Christmas, your way. That's number 5. Number 4, the Christmas family tour. Now, if like me you're lucky to have loads and loads of people who you love and who are unfortunately spread around the country, it can be quite demanding to work your way around all of them. And in previous years we have wiped out absolutely everybody by going to see everyone in turn. I really suggest you don't do that. So what works really much better for us, and actually for the family that we're going to see, is instead of trying to cram them all in, 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours in the other place, have a whole weekend, go slowly and spend more time with the people you love. Do it slower, allow your children to accommodate the way they want to, and everything in the family becomes a lot easier. So that's my top tip for avoiding the tour. It can happen in January, it can happen in November, but go to individual people and spend time with them. They'll love it better, and so will you. Number 3, jingle bells, chocolate all the way. I won't sing it for you. I could, but I won't. There are 2 days in our house where people can eat chocolate without worrying about it. One is Easter, the other is Christmas Day. Now, there are 2 different choices you have. One is to ban it altogether, or to control the intake of chocolate that your children have. I have tried that. I do have tendencies towards control freakery, I admit it, but sometimes that's not very joyful. So what we actually do is say, it's the one day you can eat chocolate when you want, and maybe hide some of it, but that's okay too. Number 2, present piles. As the present piles mount, so does stress. Now, for some of us, we like things to be organised, we like to be in control, we like to know what's happening, and we don't like surprises. So it can be really helpful to allow the person who gets most stressed about these things to organise the presents. This is our fantastic strategy. It may not work for you, but for us it works really well. So the person who gets most stressed about it, after me, and I've just had to learn to react, is allowed to arrange them, to check through the labels, and actually I think it's a sneaky little attempt to feel each and every one of them as they go through, but that's okay. And then they get to be grand distributor of the presents, because they know where they all are the following morning, and that's quite fun. And the final one, no big surprises, please. Before any of us had diagnosis in the family, we tried this, what we thought would be a really magical thing. So hubby and I wrote down on a scroll to the children, to both of them, you will need to pack with you something to swim in, something to bike ride in, and lots of warm clothes. We're going on a trip and we're leaving tomorrow morning. We've rolled that up and put it into a tiny matchbox, and then we put the matchbox into a bigger box and surrounded by the little foam S's that they used to have in the days before Amazon and the like went to paper. And then we put it in a bigger box, surrounded it with the packing, and then a bigger box, and then a bigger box, and then a bigger box. And this huge box that kids unwrapped between them, and they were really excited, and they got down to the tiny box, and they opened it all up, and they were just so overwhelmed. We didn't tell them where they were going. We didn't tell them the following morning where they were going. So they packed everything, and they were kind of really agitated. And we thought, what's wrong with them? It's a nice surprise, isn't it? We're really excited. My husband and I thought it was a fantastic surprise. Until we realised that actually they were not just excited, they were really, really anxious. And so when we got as far as Fleet Services, we actually then told them that the surprise was we were going to go to Centre Parks between Christmas and New Year. It's fantastic. We were really lucky to be able to do that. And we had an amazing time, but it took 2 out of the 3 days for everyone to calm down when they'd unpacked everything in their rooms and they'd worked out where it all was, and to slowly start to kind of be okay again. And we thought, oh dear God, never again, never again. So now what would we do? We'd have pictures of where we're going. And you can have a surprise, but the surprise is to prepare and plan and to be able to do that. So just don't even try spontaneous, it's just not worth the aggro. And we just needed to think about what it was like from their point of view. So those are my top 5 tips, things we've got wrong, spectacular, epic family fails, and how to avoid them. I hope you have a really lovely Christmas. Just remember that it's your Christmas, your way, and the bits that go wrong, well, you're not the only one who's had Christmas bits go wrong and they've worked out fairly catastrophically. Just think you're not on your own. What can you learn? Next year, do it your way. Lots of love. Have a fabulous, fantastic family time. Take care, everyone. Bye.